Tom really wants Alex to be involved. Maybe not as a leader in the business, but still maintain some ownership. But Alex just wants to cut free and do his thing. You see Tom, the dad, still just trying to hang on to that. Why is that so hard to come to reality and grasp? And what do those conversations look like in your experience?
Yeah. Well, it's hard because, again, it's emotional. This is likely a dream that Tom has had probably even before he had kids. If he started this business before then, this was something that he likely saw and wanted to see come to fruition. So there's this piece of it that's gone now. So there's that component of it. There's from Alex's perspective of, I don't want to be a disappointment. I want to go full force into this other venture that I want to do. We've seen the conversations go a lot of different ways. We've seen parents that are very supportive of wanting their child. I hate to say child because in all of these cases, they're adults, but hating to see them, not fulfill their dreams and not pursue their passions. So those conversations obviously go a little bit easier. We've also seen it to where they're really trying to convince the other one of like, this is a great opportunity for you. Why would you kind of squander this? You should take advantage of this. We've seen anger. We really lean into our role there as mediator or moderator almost to get through the feelings because we have to. You have to acknowledge them, discuss them, and then pursue the path forward. You have to pursue the path forward. And the path can't be that anyone's operating in a role that they either don't want or they don't feel fulfilled and purposeful.
Since this is such an emotional topic, only share what you're comfortable with, but what do you have from your experience, from your succession and exit from the family-owned business, transitioning from that to becoming a senior business advisor at Ferguson Alliance? What kind of emotions were you feeling? What were the conversations like? And what was it like being in that generation that didn't want to stay inside the family business?
It was challenging, right? I mean, again, I fell into the camp of not wanting to be a disappointment, not only to family, but also, again, to the non-family members that worked in the business. I mean, I was very concerned with what kind of message does it send if I want to go pursue something else. And so my anecdote to that was to just be honest with them and that, life is short and I wanted to pursue another adventure. And I thought about it for a long time before I ever said it out loud. And so that too allowed me to see that, hey, this feeling has been with me for a while. So it's not irrational, not sudden. It is something that I gave a lot of thought to. And guess what? No one was disappointed. Actually, everyone was really excited for me and no one cut me off or anything like that. If it's true for you, it's going to stay with you. Being present for it, I think it's not going to go away. So you can either resist leaning into it or you can embrace it and get through the hard stuff. It's kind of what kind of heart are you going to choose?
So let me build on to what Brandy's talking about, going back to the strategic decision. If Tom in this story had made a decision that he wanted to be a business first family, he would realize that there's other options for leadership succession than just his son. But if he was a family first business, you can see how that really puts constraint on the decision of what other family members are going to take on this leadership role. To Brandy's personal story, I happen to know it very well. Her family made that decision 4 or 5 years prior to you making your decision, Brandy, and her family made the decision, we are going to be a business first family. Not only did they make that inside their family, they took it a step further and they announced that to the organization, to the management team, and they reinforced it. And what ended up happening, I think, gave Brandy and her husband a little bit more freedom, is a non-family member leader was hired and brought in and worked and was able to take the reins of the company, which naturally did, I think, maybe make it a little easier for you, Brandy, to come out and say, here's what I want to do. But it's also, I think, of a great reason why you had so much support is because the employees knew that we're in good hands. This is a business first family, and they're going to do what's best for the business first, which was get leadership in place, get a management team in place, get their operating systems working, be profitable, have great rewards. All of that got in place, enabled then you to feel better about this decision.
Encouragement for everyone is to really give some thought into what you want for yourself, what you want for your family dynamic. How can you feel fulfilled and purposeful in what you do? What does that look like? Because you're not doing anyone any favors if you are not in it 110%. So thinking about that, what that means for your succession plan, who in the organization has that passion, and where do you want it to go? What do you want it to look like? It's going to happen. You're not going to live forever. Get to making that plan.
I think that I can't reiterate enough, it's never too soon to start.